this mobile app right now. So very powerful, and the results, like I showed you, almost like 90% users seeing great result. 1.9% is your average drop in HbA1c. That means, say if you started at 8.5, you would have almost reversed by the end of the 3 months program. And we just saw that we launched NCD3 right now, where almost 2 million people have been screened to be diabetic in Andhra Pradesh. So it will be a great one.
Good. Scarborough.
So all a dream come true, sir. Meeting you actually. You are my visionary leader.
Thank you.
So it's a 0% commission right booking app, sir. So we are fastest growing mobility app actually. We launched 1 year back in Hyderabad. So it's complete 0% commission, mostly focused on driver safety. 50,000 registered drivers are already on our platform in the span of 1 year. And it is complete one-stop solution for rides, EV ecosystem, last mile delivery. We have our own two-wheeler fleets as well. So it's Volta fleets. So the app name is Volta Rides.
Now you are in Andhra Pradesh also?
We are planning to launch in Vizag next week.
Vizag.
So that's the reason we are here. So
As on today, where you are operating Hyderabad?
in Hyderabad, sir. In Hyderabad, mostly in the western side and eastern side of Hyderabad. And expanding as well. So
Thank you.
yeah, sir. And we have an SOS features. I just want to highlight that. So it's a 15 minutes ambulance service. So people can use our SOS as a panic button in our app. So this is our unique feature, which other apps don't have.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
ETV తో చేశాను కదా.
చేసాను. అప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు ఎక్కడున్నారు?
I'm mostly joining Invest India, sir. Traveling on the South Indian states.
Hi sir, I'm Gayatri.
Climate tech build చేస్తున్నారు సార్. Climate technologies incubate చేసి IIT Madras and IIT Tirupati.
What is the climate tech? What you are
I focus
ultimate
on
product?
built environment, decarbonization, even early warning signals, etc. sir. But I'm here to propose the venture studio model. Cities like Singapore, Rotterdam, etc. are solving their cities' problems using venture studios, where you can tell us the challenge that the city is facing, and we create point solutions for it and solve for those challenges. Sir. So we sort of look at what is the idea that we are solving for. We validate the idea, we build the solution, and we also commercialize those solutions. So this is broadly what we are doing, and we are slightly different than VCs because besides investing, we also do what accelerators, incubators do, and beyond that.
Build it together with
Countries like Singapore solving their challenges using this model itself. So Invest Singapore, etc. came out of this.
We'll work it out. Thank you.
Bio 3D printer we have developed it in India, so we're the first in the country to develop a 3D bio printer. We're recognized with the World Economic Forum as a technology pioneer, and I understand you'll be in Davos, so we'd like to invite you to our bioeconomy panel that we're organizing in the Congress. So what we've been able to do is scale up across the country. We've been able to install our bio printers, and we have collaborations internationally as well. So we'd love the opportunity to work with Andhra Pradesh, the medical education department, to bring this for skilling purposes, for training purposes, and for hospitals.
Mainly for the medical education students, for them to learn before entering the OT. All the products will help them.
And we have a virtual platform and a physical platform.
We are closely working with World Economic Forum also, sir. Most of our projects are done and designed by them.
Okay, we'll work it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Scarborough.
So we make connected medical equipment for kidney dialysis. Kidney dialysis కోసం connected equipment చేస్తాం. So we are already in AIMS Hyderabad, CMC Vellore and all that. So we see a huge problem with kidney dialysis quality in the country. He's Dr. Tamirisa, he's an astrologist. So this issue because in developed countries, dialysis start in 10 to 15 years for various reasons, 5 years so we need to monitor the quality of dialysis in real time. Only because kidneys are not working, so urine is not being produced, right? So we waste body we need to make sure it's really being removed. So it is a huge problem across the country. We would like to make a difference in that.
Groundbreaking technology, sir. We are building in Cambridge. Dr. Nipun is a physicist in Cambridge. Dr. Schuler is a NHS doctor in UK, sir. And
what is the?
So this is Rapidex Bio. Nipun will explain you.
So we're building the fastest disease detection test for microbial disease, for infectious diseases. Right? In 10 minutes, we can take a person's sample. It can be if they're coughing, if they have UTI, urinary tract infection, or waterborne disease, diarrhea. We can take that sample in this and directly test the sample. So to directly test this sample, we just simply swap with a capsule. This is a PCR test. Normally, PCR test is done in laboratory, but we are able to do this in
this
the
box will do the entire test.
Box will do the entire test. So we just take the simple sample. If this was a sample, sir, we just put it in and we just press this in, sir. And that gives us a dispensation. Now, after that, sir, we are able to get the information for the pathogen, sir, and also what is the medicine that will work for them. So what antibiotic will work for them. And we can do this within 10 minutes.
And it's a small box, sir. In 10 minutes, you will know which disease you are suffering through. In 5 minutes, doctor will tell you what disease, take the medicine and go, sir.
Sir, our vision
this will revolutionize diagnostics to treatment in 10-15 minutes.
For all of southern global, all of global south, sir, we can build from Andhra Pradesh and we can actually export this technology. So in Andhra Pradesh itself, sir, we have 6.2 lakh cases of diseases and it causes 1.5 lakh deaths. 62 lakh cases, sir, and it causes 1.5 lakh deaths. We can bring that down below 10,000 every year by testing on time because there is no disease.
What is the cost now?
Sir, the cartridge, the system itself, we built it in 10,000, but we would give it for free because we'll get revenue from tests. The test we will
What is
$1 per test.
As on today, what is the proof of concept? Yes. What is the proof of concept and efficiency? Validation.
At AIMS New Delhi, sir. We've compared it against the best test, which is microbial culture, and we got 96% sensitivity and 100% specificity. So, sir, it is actually better than the culture test because culture has 85% sensitivity. So, the best test is better than the culture.
Sir, మీరు మీ ఇతనికి చెప్పి ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఈ టెక్నాలజీస్ అన్ని హెల్త్కి సంబంధించి విల్ డూ పైలట్. It is working, then we'll replicate. Then we will give proof of concept for them. Then they will globally expand.
Yes, sir. Bicycle pilot is the sir.
So you do that, we'll give you immediately. You start the work, which are all workable. We want to give you proof of concept.
Yes.
Testify by government also. Then you can scale it up.
Yes.
We'll do it.
This is a revolution.
We'll work it
is Ajay Sahani.
Oh, Delhi level. That's my IT secretary.
He's Ankit, sir. He's space tech cluster developer.
So we are in deep tech startups.
Your father is responsible for our triple IT. Triple IT, he made all the structure, everything.
All under your guidance, sir. He told me that it was all under your guidance.
All of them I promoted. They have done very well.
Yes.
So thank you. Good.
So we will try and do it.
Yeah, you work it out.
And we will try and
we'll be very happy.
Yes, sir. We invest in these kind of technologies, space tech, life sciences. So we'll be very happy to see what we can do in this state. Because I live in Zurich. So we are let's say US to European and Indian fund.
You are which place? Originally?
Zurich in Switzerland.
Originally
from Bihar. But I lived all over in India. I was living in Mumbai before moving to Europe. And we focus on investing in Indian founders. They can be based in India, they can be based in Europe or US, but Indian founders.
We'll work it out. We'll work.
Thank you very much.
We're running a live test right now. We're running a live test right now.
Sir, Singapore is another company, healthcare. Practically said, bring to healthcare companies which are relevant to start and deploy in the public health.
Yeah.
That's one for chronic disease management.
Yeah, this is what you are doing. You can carry on.
So, sir, this is basically a system for mass screening of multiple types of diseases using robotics and artificial intelligence. Today, the tools that we have for mass screening of, say, anemia are only give us incomplete information. Like hemoglobin only tells us, okay, this person has low hemoglobin, but doesn't tell you the cause behind it. But there exists a centuries-old method which can be easily used by a doctor looking at the blood with this microscope to tell whether it is iron deficiency, whether it is folic acid deficiency, or whether it is thalassemia. what we have done, sir, is basically taken that centuries-old method and tried to automate it with the help of robotics and AI. So the way it works is basically it can take the sample just the way a doctor looks at it with the microscope. It scans it with the help of a robotic AI-driven microscope and captures images which are taken to the cloud. And on the cloud, there is an artificial intelligence layer which basically looks at the blood pictures and screens for multiple diseases. That includes anemia, it includes malarial parasites, early stage screening for blood cancers and other types of cancers. Then for in the dengue season, like symptomatic patients for dengue and so on and so forth.
Okay, that's good. And
So our company name called SaveMove. We have developed the smart wearable device to monitor pregnant women and children for the first 1,000-day period, sir. So our mother is coming every month to the hospital. This device, throughout the 1 month period, it will capture BP, blood pressure, heart rate, all the saturation information. Real time, sir. And it stores the data. Whenever the mother comes to the hospital, it digitizes this data directly to the system, sir. It avoids a lot of manual data entry.
No, but you don't have direct communication transmission.
It is there, sir. It has a direct communication also, sir. And our AI model can help to prevent, identify high-risk pregnancies. So in the 3rd, 4th month itself predicts the delivery outcomes. If the mother has anemic or potential diabetics. And after delivery, this device can be transferred to the baby in a small form factor. This is the main chip, sir. Culturally, we designed. So mother don't feel to wear a watch kind of form factor, sir. So almost 30,000 mothers we successfully done. It become a Harvard case study, sir.
We will use it.
Thank you.
What is this, brother?
We are Semi Enterprise HA accelerator module company. We have a software platform also on this, where you don't need any internet to just deploy the AI models into this and run the AI on the chips. AI on the chip. So there are,
what is the application?
Yes, so multiple use cases, portable detection, the count and also the latitude, longitude of the locations. Immediately we can send worker efficiency where helmet that you're raising or how many times you're bending, so we can build the good usage.
Chip on a drone, send it up in the air, sir, and it will capture everything, analyze the information.
Instantaneously analyze and take the action. Surveillance use cases, where passenger detection.
What is the accuracy?
Accuracy, we are getting around 90% accuracy. The more data we get, we will be able to get more accuracy.
Okay, good. Hello.
Professor at BITS Pilani, sir.
I'm
Heads all
representing
startup
BITS Pilani,
coordinators.
India's #1 private engineering college known for its startup founders. One of whom is here today.
Vaibhav has built a lot of maternity and
medical health. So this causes reduction of 40% in intrapartum mortality. During labor, when babies die, this device can detect early and tell that any problem is there. And it can reduce up to 40% of intrapartum death. This device supports babies who are premature, whose lungs are not developed, to give them oxygen therapy, even in rural areas. So, even if the oxygen concentrator can work, it can be used in an ambulance, it can be used in intra-hospital transport. So, multiple modes of therapy.
What is the cost optimization?
This will be about 2.5 to 3 lakhs. This will be about 2.2 lakhs. Okay. At scale, thousands of units, we can bring down the cost of manufacturing.
As on today, it is in pilot stage.
So we are already deployed in India. We have big deployments in Assam, Rajasthan, Karnataka. We are doing now with Infosys Foundation.
We'll use it.
Good morning, sir. Andhra Voice. We were there in US for a long time and then came back, building in technology sold for the MSMEs of India.
What is the...
Yeah, so there are 3 things that we are doing. One is the visibility, and then so they're connected to the marketplaces like ONDC and other marketplaces so that they get more sales, more revenue, right? Number 2 is to manage their internal operations, like whether it is accounting or marketing or sales. All these companies, right, small companies, they cannot afford Oracle. So there's a cheaper solution for India. So that's essentially aligning.
It is software?
Software. It's pure tech solution. Yeah.
Tech solution, software with artificial intelligence.
Exactly, sir.
MSME largely.
So you try this free model for some.
No, you come and work.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Sir, we are from Sphere Information Technologies. We are one of the Vizag-based startup companies, sir, incubated under NASCO. We have multiple products like on AI, blockchain, and IoT. The one that we want to show here is basically we are tracking real-time asset tracking in SSKP PG hospital in Kolkata right now. We want to show you that's how we install the device. This is completely designed, developed in Vizag.
What is the application?
So application we developed
all these devices, medical devices in the floor, and they know like where they are and how they are being placed, whether they are out of this one or not. So they can see it in the right rate and they can see like
that shows the entire.
This is a real implementation which we did in the Kolkata. So this is another thing, which is a field box. It is for the AP government only with Karnan Uday Bhaskar sir when he is working as a commissioner of health. We did. So this is to give the medicines to the chronic diseases and pregnant women. We give the medicines here. Like whenever they are taking the medicines, it will get the data to our dashboard.
That's good. And
we are from Cloud Seeds. We are from Cloud Seeds, based out in UK. We have our solutions related to AI and smart city security surveillance, which we use AGI frameworks for the data security, AI privacy, AI security models is our primary. So we are bringing up edge data center concept like to promote more AI projects. Like it's not on cloud based, but we'll be going to get close AI, not at the binary tools, which is essential for any defense projects. We are also working with the militaries and other projects, so this which will enable the round the clock security surveillance solutions, which can be detected through CCTV. And we do have a center of excellence in programs.
Okay, that's good.
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, this is a एयर एटमॉस्फेरिक वाटर जनरेशन मशीन सर. हवा से जो पानी निकालता है, हमें इसके लिए पानी का जरूरत ही नहीं चाहिए. ये अपना हवा से जो ह्यूमिडिटी को पानी में कन्वर्ट करके पानी निकालते हैं. अल्कलाइन वाटर है सर. ये कॉस्ट है सर 29,000 रुपीज़ का आता है सर. इसमें हमने पूरा अल्कलाइन वाटर है ताकि हमें जो जरूरी है उसी मिनरल्स को इसमें ऐड कर सकते हैं. इसमें आरओ का वगैरह कोई जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ता. सिर्फ इसमें मेम्ब्रेन का कोई यूज ही नहीं है सर इसके अंदर. सिर्फ हमारा जो जरूरी है मिनरल्स, हमारे लिए जो मिनरल्स का जरूरत है उस हिसाब से हमने इसको इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं सर. इसमें 20 to 25 लीटर पानी को जनरेशन करते हैं 24 आवर्स के अंदर, एक दिन के अंदर सर. इसके लिए पानी की जरूरत ही नहीं है. ह्यूमिडिटी जैसा 50% एबोव ह्यूमिडिटी है उसके अंदर ये पानी जनरेट हो जाता है सर. ये अपना सर ये अपना ये लोगों का एरो का इसी का वाटर है सर. ये अल्कलाइन वाटर है सर. ये यस सर.
Very nice.
Yes sir.
Excellent.
Yes sir.
See there.
Sir, one last one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes sir. Thank you very much sir.
Thank you.
Next is some snaps.
Sir, you have seen products. This is a surveillance tool, particularly for climate and health. My colleague will quickly explain, sir.
This is a precision action towards climate and health. What we are trying to do is an approach where we bring in climate and health data together. We are building an early warning system. So we have two ways which we do it. One is we look at the stage data itself, we triangulate information that is available. We have our GIS layers which we have built using ML algorithms and so on. We layer that data on top of it and understand how climate is affecting various pockets and so on. We also supplement this with various tools that we have, like wastewater surveillance, women-based surveillance, which is an ML-based tool which looks at media articles in various native languages. We have done this in India and other countries such as Philippines as well. We have a dashboard which we have tried with Anandapur in Andhra Pradesh as well, so which you have time you can see.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
morning.
Sir, I am Vinodna, Assistant Collector Anantapuram. The Swasti team had come to Anantapuram and this is a project they have done, sir. We have all together done.
So this is for nothing for us, sir. So we have the climate data and the health related data, whichever we can gather from the team. And they have just correlated whatever. This is an interactive dashboard where you can just click onto all these things and understand like what are the different things here. And this is the infectious disease, like where we are seeing all the rainfall related, temperature related data, seeing to understand what's the correlation between the disease outbreak. So you can see all the weather related data and all coming in. So this you can see is like with respect to disease outbreak and different thing, what is the correlation between the disease outbreak. And then we have something for reproductive health and child data as well. Like we have collected for every mandal within Anandapuram, and to understand like what are the different like cases with respect to the pregnant women and how they are recovering over a period of time.
So we use one use case of maternal health, and we're trying to show a correlation between incidence of anemia among pregnant women and number of ANC visits.
It is Anantapur, one mandal.
Yes, sir.
Koderu Mandal.
So you can deep dive into every numbers actually, how many visits they have done and how they improved over a period of time, so that you can click onto it and understand like how the different things are used.
Dashboard set a decision making.
Now, what is the accuracy? Proof of concept.
Yes.
What is the accuracy?
Sir, if I may,
No, what I am asking you, this is they are doing this work.
yes, sir.
You are administration side.
Yes, sir.
You are testing with your hospitals and everything, with other physical verification. What is the accuracy?
So, one PHC, 95%, there is a Koderu Mandal PHC from where we have done, it is catering to 40,000 populations. 100 to 150 cases are coming every day. We have monitored almost 112 pregnant women. And the antenatal, one parameter if I can say, sir, 4 antenatal checkups, if they are being done regularly to the women, the maternal mortality rate is being brought down. So 95% of accuracy, we are able to deal with it, sir.
That is where you can use it for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, I'm Rohit, sir.
General manager, 1 minute. General manager ఈ హోటల్కి పిఎట్ జిఎం ఉండేది, నేను జిఎం చేశాను. నేను 70 crores నుంచి 100 crores తీసుకెళ్ళింది.
Good, congratulations.
మనకి జిఎస్ చేస్తున్నాడు మనకి.
Package the
Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Chief Minister will be entering the auditorium in the next 1 minute. Request all of you to give him a very warm welcome. On behalf of GFST, I announce the arrival of our chief guest, Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Chief Minister is inside the auditorium. I request all of you to give him a warm welcome. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the Deep Tech GovTech conference. I request Honorable Chief Minister to light the lamp, and I request GFST officials and Honorable Ministers and MLAs also to join the lighting of the lamp. I request the dignitaries, Honorable Ministers, to join the lighting of the lamp ceremony, sir. I request Honorable Chief Minister to occupy the dais, and I request Sri Thakkar sir, Kutumbarao Garu, and Chief Secretary Nirab Kumar Prasad sir to take their respective seats on the dais. It is my great pleasure to welcome all to the 2024 Deep Tech GovTech conference, where innovation meets impact and visionaries gather to redefine the boundaries of technology. Today we stand at the forefront of breakthrough in fields like artificial intelligence, quantum computing, biotechnology, robotics and more advancements that promise to shape the world of tomorrow. The Deep Tech GovTech Conclave 2024 marks a key milestone in this journey, bringing together global innovators, thought leaders, startups, and policymakers to lay the foundation for a thriving deep tech innovation ecosystem in Andhra Pradesh. I request all the delegates to be seated, please. Global Forum for Sustainable Transformation is a platform for policy research, for economies and communities for well-being and happiness. We have a short film which will portray the objectives and goals of GFST. I request you to watch the film. Can we have the film, please?
Welcome to the Global Forum for Sustainable Transformation, GFST, a non-profit think tank that drives progress and innovation. With a mission to make Indians global citizens by 2047, GFST is building a roadmap for transformation through technology, governance, and sustainable development. GFST is a platform dedicated to policy research and the sustainable transformation of economies for well-being and happiness. With this vision, the conclave unites global thought leaders to shape actionable frameworks for inclusive growth. As chief patron, Sri Nara Chandra Babu Naidu highlights the critical role of inclusive policies in empowering women to break barriers, assume leadership roles, and contribute dynamically to their communities. As Mr. Naidu says, at the end of the day, policy and politics are meant to do good to the society. Join us in building a brighter, more equitable future. GFST envisions change through its centers of excellence. The Center for GovTech aims to redefine governance using AI, IoT, and blockchain to deliver citizen-centric services. The Center for Emerging Technology is driving advancements in AI, quantum computing, and biotech to place India at the forefront of global innovation. The Center for Sustainability focuses on creating future-ready frameworks for renewable energy and resource management. The Center for Entrepreneurship is preparing to empower startups and MSMEs with tools and mentorship to drive economic opportunities. The Center for Economic Growth and Prosperity is working to develop strategies that will foster inclusive progress. We envision a world where economic prosperity and community well-being coexist sustainably, achieved through collaboration, equity, and adherence to the principles of sustainable development. Supported by visionary leaders, GFST is committed to building a future-ready society. We aim to bridge the gap between policy and practice through multidisciplinary collaboration, advancing research and innovative solutions that drive sustainable transformation, foster resilience, and promote inclusive growth for a harmonious and prosperous global future. Join GFST in transforming lives through technology, redefining governance, and driving sustainable growth. Together, we shape a future of innovation, creating impactful solutions for a thriving and resilient global community.
Thank you. Chief Minister, sir, yesterday we had about 150 delegates attended a roundtable conducted by Tucker, sir. They are from diverse backgrounds. Today also we have a record number of 400 delegates registered for the conference from a diverse background of academia, non-governmental organizations, entrepreneurs, senior bureaucrats from across the country, students, startups, including foreign delegates from United Kingdom, Switzerland, Germany, and USA. This is a historic and unique conference by all means, where for the first time that governments and its entire administration came forward to sit along with technocrats, startups, entrepreneurs to demonstrate the power of technology. We are grateful to Honorable Chief Minister, sir, for driving this initiative and also accepting to participate in the deliberations throughout the day. Now I request our former Chief Secretary of Andhra Pradesh and Vice Chairman and Director of Global Forum for Sustainable Transformation, Sri S.P. Tucker, sir, to deliver his address.
I go there. Good morning to everyone. Honorable Chief Minister, sir,
members of the cabinet, and all the experts and students here. 5 years ago, CM sir suggested that we should create a think tank because last 30 years learnings were there, which were to be shared with the world at large. So some of us came together with the CM sir and we started this organization called Global Forum for Sustainable Transformation. We've been working together for that since that time. And the journey actually starts a long time ago. I remember I was district collector in Rangareddy district, NTR was the chief minister, and Chandrababu Naidu sir were chairman of Karshak Parishad. So we adopted 3 mandals in Andhra Pradesh, and I saw Mr. Naidu sir having a mini computer in Kuppam, having the database of every family and how things are happening and working out. We took up Maheshwaram Mandal. We used to take our checkbook with us and issue all the proceedings on the spot and start working. So most of it was physical that time, and from there we started coming to here. Then in 90s, CM sir actually is the original idea he brought in about reforms in India. So 34 projects were taken up in Hyderabad, including iconic tower, including airport, including ring road, and that became the precursor of whatever is going on now in the country. Now time has come when we are talking about 2004-7. So Naidu sir thinks that next 23 years is the time when India will be reaching 40, 45, 50 trillion economy and will be the largest economy in the world. So Andhra has to show the way how things are going to happen. Naidu sir has always believed in Uberization of knowledge. Like now in our GFST, everyone is working in a virtual way and everyone is working pro bono. There are no charges. And today we are extending the family, so at least 200 members from here are going to work with us. We are going to start a Vizag chapter, we are starting a London chapter, we are starting a US chapter, and number of organizations are coming together to collaborate with us. So that idea that can we have our own World Economic Forum in India is now going to happen here, and all of you are welcome to be part of it. Today, we are launching a few 6 strategies here, and these are work in progress. So all of you are welcome to contribute to that, and we will be taking this agenda forward. Again, CM sir has suggested that can we do at least one conference every month or every next month. So one by the government, one by the GFST. Now this conference which is being done, Government of Andhra Pradesh has been invited and they are not paying anything for it. So it is all by people like you who have come together, you are contributing in this way, the way a marriage happens. So it is like that. So GFST is growing in that kind of way and it's working out. Whatever is being presented today by the concerned officers and the ministers, the work started 75 to 90 days back. So it's not that on a conclave we come and we give lecture and we go home and we don't know what is going to happen. 5-year action plan on healthcare AI, the role of deep tech, GovTech, and one family, one entrepreneur leading to poverty eradication is being launched today. Thereafter, piloting will still go on in some areas and then formally the government will start doing this work. Next conference we are going to have Agri-Tech, maybe in Rayalaseema. Thereafter again in February we are coming and Gujarat government is joining us in doing Blue Ocean Economy, a pet subject of the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister, Blue Ocean Economy. You will be surprised to know that our ocean spread area of Andhra Pradesh is double the size of land mass of Andhra Pradesh. And there are 11 economic activities possible worth $50 billion and 5 million jobs. European Union has done it already and their master plan is 9 times bigger than what we are talking about. So we will be launching aquaculture, logistics and fintech and blue ocean economy in February. Thereafter we are going to start one of the largest startup program in India where thousands of startups will come here. We have Chirate Fund here which is willing to participate with GFST as well as with the government. We have number of other billionaires coming here and then started working with that. One major thing which is happening today in India is very large number of people who've been there who have achieved everything. They are starting their organizations like we have GAME here today. 2 people founders of GAME are here. GAME has got a mission MOU with Maharashtra government. They are not charging anything from government. They are saying that our agenda is can we create entrepreneurs from school onwards? Can we work with MSMEs? So they are now signing an MOU today for 1 lakh SHG members as entrepreneurs. Mr. Srini Raju also has got a similar agenda. So slowly we want, all over Andhra Pradesh, there are pilots like this which are funded by the CSR or by the people who have retired from very active life, but they want to contribute to the society. And yesterday, such a enterprising discussion. Everyone wants to work in Andhra Pradesh and they want to work along with GFST. So all of you are welcome. Under the leadership of Chief Minister, we will be taking Andhra as a pilot. Today, 5 states are here. Mussoorie Academy Deputy Director is here with an idea that what we do here, can it also be incorporated into the training program of civil servants? And how do we take it forward? So welcome once again and be a part of our system. And we will be creating a virtual world. Everything will be pro bono. We are not going to pay for it. And we will take it forward because you are knowledge people and our ideas will be incorporated and piloted in different places, either by GFST or by Government of Andhra Pradesh. Thank you, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tucker sir. Since Tucker sir mentioned that this conference is not being paid by Government of Andhra Pradesh, I would like to take a moment to extend our deepest gratitude to the sponsors who made significant contributions to support the research efforts of GFST. World Trade Center Visakhapatnam, Aditya University, Megha Engineering, SMS Pharma, Deccan Fine Chemicals, State Bank of India, AP MedTech Zone, Edgeable, Cloud Seals, MITS, Fluent Grid, Captain University and Kale University. Thank you very much for supporting the research initiative that we have. We are also supported by organizations like Niti Aayog, CMS, Digital Lenders Association of India, FABA and NASCOM. Now it is my pleasure to invite Sri Cherukuri Kutumbarao Garu, Director of GFST, to address.
Good morning to everybody. From GFST side, I warmly welcome all the delegates here who have registered for the conclave and all the guests who have come and attending the conference also. I warmly welcome Honorable CM Garu, Chandrababu Naidu Garu, for allocating valuable time and agreeing to spend nearly a full day in the conclave. Since we are slightly behind the schedule of the program by nearly 1 hour, I would be very brief because most of the delegates and many people from media and everybody was asking, deep tech, what is deep tech? We have never heard about this word. Why you are putting again a hi-fi jargon like deep tech to bring forward these technologies and try to rub them on the people? I would like to ask you to reflect on just what CM Garu said as early as in 2014-15. I keep repeatedly saying, very rarely we have a political leader in our generation who has such kind of vision. As early as 2014-15, I remember very well when Sir was going to World Economic Forum Davos. What are the things that should be mulled upon at the conference? It was at that time itself, he has said, data is going to be the next crude oil of the world. This was as early as in 2015. That means today are our lives not being controlled by data-driven companies like Meta and everybody? Whoever controls data is controlling the world today. And Sir anticipated this as early as in 2015 itself. And similarly, when he has said IoT is going to be the next big thing that would control the lives of peoples, Internet of Things, as early as in 2014 again. Now after a decade later, are we able to do anything in our life without the help of IoT? Nothing. Our lives are governed by IoT. Therefore, what the changes have come in governance to visualize them for future is an ability which comes to very, very, very few people in the world and in a generation. Chandrababu Naidu Garu is one such leader who can definitely envision what is invisible to us for the future. When we started thinking about deep tech, it was not an off-cuff idea which we started sitting it. The change came from the COVID. Today, like Indian economy, we divide it into two parts, before 91 reforms and after 91 reforms. Governance also is going to be judged in future by before COVID and after COVID. Because after COVID, governance has changed into a virtual form. We are now having Zoom meetings. You are now having video conferences. We are having home working, work from home, co-working spaces. All these changes have come post-COVID. If at all COVID had not come, everything would have been regular, as usual business, as usual governance, like what it was before 2020. The moment this pattern of governance has changed, it is left upon bureaucracy, it is left upon the political leaders to absorb these technology changes, to bring the governance closer to people, and to bring the governance closer to people and handhold them. Obviously, we need to absorb the technologies, understand them. And that's what AP government is doing as of now. That's what GFST, we are also trying to inculcate the new generation governance methods to the people. That's why the tagline also we have given for the conference is for the next era of governance. Like already you must have heard in several meetings what Honorable CM Sir has said, what's of governance. Today, anybody with a smartphone, can do several things which are his daily needs, musts and everything also just on the smartphone. And several countries, in fact, are doing WhatsApp governance, especially in Europe, starting from UK, addressing all the security issues connected to it. And the wish of CM Sir also is from birth to death in the life cycle of a person. All public services should be given or should be addressed just even by a smartphone. Like today, say some regulatory work like traffic management to crime detection to everything, we are using drones and other new technologies. Similarly, a smartphone can be used in a much better manner using new governance methods like WhatsApp governance and other methods also. With this small introduction, we all know Sir is very quick in absorbing new technologies and wants to make life easier for common man, life easier to people. Governance should not be bureaucratic, but governance should be people-centric. Therefore, this conference aims to bring the new generation technologies like AI, robotics, generative AI, everything related to deep tech, much closer to a common man, much closer to a common citizen. These are some of the few words which I wanted to say. And along the day, I think all of you would be knowing more about these different subjects. And Sir has agreed to stay for a pretty long time, despite his busy schedule for the complete day. Make best of it during the Q&A session also. Most of you would be having some doubts also. You can get those doubts also clarified during the Q&A sessions. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Kutumrao Garu, for elaborating CM Sir vision and how GFST is aligned with Honorable CM Sir's vision. Now it is my pleasure to invite Shri Neerab Kumar Prasad, IAS Chief Secretary to Government of Andhra Pradesh.
Honorable Chief Minister Sir, Kutumrao Garu, Taka Sir, Honorable Ministers, MPs, MLAs, MLCs, all the dignitaries present here, participants in this conclave. On behalf of Government of Andhra Pradesh, I extend my warm welcome to all the participants of this deep tech GovTech Innovation Conclave. As you are aware, the theme of the conclave is shaping the next era of governance in Andhra Pradesh. You would have seen in the last 6 months, the government of Andhra Pradesh has taken a number of steps to rebuild the economy, to take the steps to bring in good governance at the doorsteps of people. We are in the process which have been nearly finalized to come up with a Swarn Andhra 2047 vision plan under the guidance of the Honorable Chief Minister in line with the Viksit Bharat 2047 plan. We aim for about 15% growth every year. While we are doing all these development programs, one major change which we intend bringing out in governance is to make the governance not only the result oriented but also using the deep technology in the whole process of governance and going for a total process re-engineering. We are not only committed to bringing in IT-enabled services, we are looking forward to artificial intelligence, machine learning, all of that which we couple up as consolidated as we are committed to a deep tech-enabled governance. Already we have taken a number of steps in this direction. We are going for a citizen database which is totally service-oriented, which provides us information, which provides us data in a very, very data-secure manner for delivering citizen services from birth to death. We want to provide each and every wing of government administration in a deep tech-enabled services model. Sir, we had a detailed interaction with a lot of entrepreneurs, think tanks yesterday, and one of the issues which we came across was about the startups. I think a few words for the startups. The government of Andhra Pradesh is committed to facilitate the startup ecosystem totally with helping them identify the use cases, facilitate the proof of concept in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and also set up a certification or an authentication system led by the academia in setting up a very good certification system, which will help all the startups to develop in an integrated manner with a full validation process. I once again welcome you all for this gathering on behalf of Government of Andhra Pradesh, and Government of Andhra Pradesh is deeply appreciative of the GFST for organizing this conference, and we will work together for many other conclaves together. I also extend my thanks to all the participating other states and the LBS Academy and the NITI Aayog, which have sent participants here for inputs as well as taking our thought process further ahead. Thank you all, and once again, welcome to you all.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving insights into how government is adopting these new technologies and delivering citizen-centric services. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an extraordinary honor to welcome a legendary leader, a trailblazer, whose vision and determination have redefined governance for the digital age. Honorable Chief Minister is a leader of unparalleled foresight, has truly transformed the fabric of our state by placing information technology at the very heart of governance. In an era marked by rapid technological advancements, CM Sir has recognized early on the immense potential of IT, not just as a tool for convenience, but as a transformative force to empower citizens, streamline governance, and drive socio-economic progress. What makes CM Sir's leadership truly exceptional is the human-centered approach to technology. While the focus has been on modernizing systems, the ultimate goal has always been to uplift the lives of common people, ensuring that no one is left behind this digital revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving me a warm and resounding welcome to our beloved Chief Minister, the visionary leader who is shaping the bright future for us all. Over to you, sir.
Respected Tucker, Managing Trustee of GFST, and respected Kutumbarao, Managing Trustee Member, and Chief Secretary Prasad, Honorable Ministers, Honorable MPs and MLAs, distinguished invitees and friends. I am very happy today. We are talking about deep technology. As a matter of fact, around late 90s, that is 95, 96, I started talking about information technology. At that time, we don't have any clue how to go about. Then so many brainstorming sessions like this. We had one hotel in Hyderabad, Krishna Oberoi at that time. Then it has become Krishna Taj. There we had different meetings. Finally, we came to a conclusion to build a tower. That also we built through public-private partnership. Even PPP model is a new thing at that time. Without spending any money, we have given land. L&T came forward. They built first tower, that is high-tech city. Even today, anybody will talk about information technology, they will mention only, they will show only high-tech tower in Hyderabad. That is the beginning. We built excellent tower, but what to do? Then to bring companies, I went to America for 14 days, 15 days, company to company, all corporate giants, I met them. I told them, excellent delegation along with me, we are able to convince everybody the strength of India in information technology. Then we thought, people are coming to start operation, but how to go about resources, human resources. We are very poor at that time. There are number of engineering colleges. In Rangareddy district today, there are no high schools at that time, maximum 20 high schools like that, total district. Today, 200 to 250 engineering colleges in one district. That is how we started information technology. Microsoft, you know that story. I don't want to repeat it again. Now, Microsoft head has become from this center. That is the story. How aspirations will build up, ultimately how to reach that aspiration, that is one example. Today, first time, again we are talking deep tech. You have to understand, all of us has to think one thing. First agriculture revolution, it took so much of time. Then industrial revolution. It took so many years, decades. Then if you see technology revolution, only few decades. Today, in technology, almost everything is mature. Through satellite, you can get information. Through drones, you can program anything. We can go for real-time application. Through CCTV cameras, we can get real-time information connected. IoTs. Nowadays, I have seen some innovations here. IoTs as a reality. And also cell phone, smartphone. It is a very big handy. When I promoted phone at that time, everybody questioned me, what is the priority? Food is the priority or telephone is the priority? Then I very difficult to convince them that is only for the sake of criticism they have done. Today, anything you can miss, but not phone. Here are people, everybody is having a cell phone, not only you, even those who are working in the field, they are also busy to watch the information real time and acting real time. That is how things are happening. So with all these things, what I wanted to emphasize here, technology is the part of our life. Originally, I used to say, if you won't use information technology, you cannot compete in a competitive economy. And also, we can bring transparency, accountability, everything. Today, we have gone different world altogether. If you see in deep tech, AI has come, blockchain has come, machine learning, robotics, quantum computing. Everything is coming today. But only issue is here, all of us have to think how to use all these things. It is very, very important. No other country is having Aadhaar. India is having Aadhaar. Any individual we can identify with Aadhaar. Once Aadhaar is available, then cell phone is available, then you can do wonders. I am very happy the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi is promoting information technology in a big way. We are very fortunate. We are having a very good visionary in the country. And so much of respect globally for Indians. He built brand for Indians. That is what is happening today. So with all these advantages, we are all here now. We are all talking about technology, how to take next level. Flexible working is a reality today. Either you want to work, you can work virtually. You want to work physically, you want to work, you can work physically. Hybrid model you can look after. Even hourly basis you can work. There is a work. Then you can work according to your convenience. So many things are coming as on today. So what I wanted to emphasize here, if all of us, I wanted to make Andhra Pradesh as a knowledge hub. Because of all these things, historical information we are having on cloud. Artificial intelligence is matured. Real-time information you can collect real-time with various devices. One is cell phone. You can go to the field. You can check there is a pest. immediately one SMS message or one WhatsApp message, drone will come, it will detect pest exactly and application of pesticides with precision. These are all happening today. Night times, you have to program drone, you may not do it. So we are having CCTV cameras. It is watching continuously, information is coming. So surveillance, automatically we can do. Then drone at any time, we can send any remote area, not one use case, any use cases, number of use cases. Even medicines, transportation, or analytics, or real-time application, all these things you can do it. IoTs, medical devices are coming today, I am seeing. Not one application. One is preventive health. One is monitoring health. One is whenever there is a need, at that time you can go for cure. With all these combinations, you can reduce medical cost drastically. These are all various advantages we are having. So, Government of Andhra Pradesh also thinking very seriously. We are preparing Vision 2047. Swarna Andhra Pradesh, Vision 2047. We are keeping very high targets, 15% growth rate. Everybody is saying, is it possible? It is possible, we wanted to prove it. 14 to 19, we are able to grow at the rate of 13.5% at that time. Now we are talking 15% growth rate. Even today position Andhra Pradesh is not up to the mark. We are having legacy problems. We are correcting all legacy problems. This second quarter, if you see, all India growth rate is 8%. Andhra Pradesh growth rate is 8.75%. We are monitoring everything real time. Once in 3 months, we are able to study growth rate, GSTP, GDP, other states, wherever there is information we are monitoring. Here, 10 principles we are building in our vision document. One is zero poverty with P4 approach. Why I am saying these 10 principles to you? How government is going to work in the near future for 25 years. Thereby you can associate with government of Andhra Pradesh for proof of concept. I wanted to make it every information available for startup companies to prepare use cases. I will create sandbox so that all information is available. And also if you come with some use cases, we will give opportunity. If it is very cost effective, viable, useful, then we will replicate, scale it up. Then you can go to other states globally or nationally, wherever you want to do it, you can do it, do this experiment. This is first principle, zero poverty. I am requesting all of you, people in future is a wealth. Earlier we were all thinking population is a liability. Now population is an asset. India has moved right time in information technology. Now we are the global leaders. All over the world, every 4 IT professionals, either one or more than one are from India, that is Indians. Among Indians, 30% from Telugu community, from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states. That is the foundation we have laid on information technology. At the same time, demographic advantage has come for India. That is a windfall gain. No other country has planned properly. Now, if you see, including China, Japan, even Europe, everywhere there is a problem of population. When I started population management, everybody asked me what is population management. Now everybody is talking about population management. So what I wanted to inform all of you, all of us has to talk. Long back I gave a slogan, break silence, talk about AIDS. We are able to control AIDS at that time. Today, all of us has to talk about population management. Or otherwise, same situation, what is facing today, Japan or South Korea or Europe, same situation will come to India. So if you can focus on population and also technology, then India will be the global service hub for global needs. That is going to happen now. So first policy, zero poverty, and also P4. As on today, 1991 economic reforms, you can compare very clearly pre-economic reforms, post-economic reforms. And stable government is there, much more advantage. This is where public-private partnership, all roads, telecommunication, power, everything, colleges, everything has come under PPP model. Now we are adding one more P, that is people. Public, people, private partnership. That is 3 Ps, this is 4 Ps, where high net worth individuals has to handhold those who are all below poverty. We are all here. We are fortunate. We came this stage because of society, because of people. They are still malnutrition, ill health, and so many problems they are facing. It is our responsibility to give hand-holding, mentoring. If necessary, we have to help them financially, support them. Finally, it is our responsibility to build society for equal footing. That is the principle I want to bring now. Government is committed. We will give opportunity for everybody. If we join together, we can make first step zero poverty. After that, how to reduce inequalities between haves and have-nots. It is a continuous process. We cannot control growing people in a big way, wealth creation. But at the same time, you can help people to overcome poverty and other things. Second angle, we are focusing on employment. Technology, so many people are talking, technology will remove employment. I am telling you, India is having an advantage. Technology will bring employment. With a deep technology also, we can create wealth. We will create more and more avenues for employment. That is where our government is giving more incentives for employment generation as a condition. That is where we want to make Andhra Pradesh as a global hub, virtual, physical working also. Either GCCs, co-working space, work from home, workstations creation. There we want to give more and more incentives to create employment apart from industrialization and services and also tourism in a big way. Then ultimately skilling, upskilling, it is a continuous process on human resource development. We wanted to bring all education institutions globally or nationally, which are all predominant. Visakhapatnam will be the future city for knowledge economy. It will be a hub. We want to make it. This is one of the best cities in all aspects. This is where, and also first state in the country, we are enumerating skill census. If we do skill census, every person, what are all the skills required for local activity, national activity or global activity, we can build them. Ultimately, not working hard, how to work smart. This is very, very important. This is where we are thinking. Even I am giving more incentives for those who are promoting more skills in Andhra Pradesh, and also high-skilled resources how to build. We are working in that direction. Water security, fourth principle. Water is very, very, very important. Linking of rivers. We wanted to make Andhra Pradesh 100% water security for drinking, and also agriculture and industry. We are very fortunate in South India, Godavari and Krishna and other rivers. If we link all rivers, every acre of land we can give water. In agriculture, I am asking all of you, Andhra Pradesh is well positioned. It will be global hub for food supply, either aquaculture, horticulture, even food grains, even spices, even our Araku coffee, one of the best coffee in the world. And also we are working in a big way, natural farming, zero budget natural farming. As on today, nowhere in the world this experiment is going on in a big scale. Now we are doing zero budget natural farming. If we can work solution in that, even technology can be applicable in zero budget natural farming. Now everything, pesticides, how to spray with precision, and also fertilizer, chemical fertilizer also how to spray through drone. Even natural farming, what are all the pesticides, pest how to control, even fertilizers in natural farming, how to spray with drone. All these things we can work in a big way. Ultimately, agriculture is one sector. We have to reform, we have to revolutionize. If we can come with proper use cases, we want to adopt all these cases. And also, another thing, logistics. Our roads are not up to the mark. We are having so much of advantage. We are having nearly 1,000 kilometers sea coast, that too on east coast. Future is for sea cargo, that is where we are working. One is ports, airports, roads, and also inland waterways, and logistics, how to change. As on today, India logistics cost is 14%, whereas global logistics cost is 8%. You come with proper proposals, we are prepared to work with you, how to reduce the cost of logistics cost. Just now one presentation, they brought it. Potholes real time, how to measure, how to calculate, and how to take action, all these things. This is the area we want to go in a big way. Then ultimately, energy and fuel. I am talking about energy and fuel. Even on Mr. Murali, as rightly mentioned, I brought power sector reforms in 1998. First time in the country, power sector reforms introduced by Andhra Pradesh government, and also regulatory commission, first of its kind in Andhra Pradesh. Then only civil aviation, or telecom, so many regulatory commissions have come. Even everybody told me at that time, you are taking very difficult subject. It may hurt your future. Exactly 2004, I was successful in bringing power sector reforms. I lost my power at that time. It is a reality. But so much of satisfaction. I was the pioneer in reforms then and now also. I was the pioneer in technology at the time and now also. That is where we are working now. Today, green energy is coming. Green hydrogen is a reality. Now, if you can see, we are going democratization of power generation. Anybody can generate power on his rooftop. You can use it, you can give it to grid. Anybody, any farmer can produce power. You can use it, you can use this consumption, personal consumption at home and everywhere. There is surplus you can give. This is where we wanted to, government will act as a facilitator, democratization of power generation, and also ultimately we want to go 100% green energy. Andhra Pradesh is having one advantage, that is sunlight, biggest advantage for India. And also we are very fortunate, we are having excellent opportunities for wind energy and also pumped energy. These three advantages, we can use it properly. Andhra Pradesh will be a hub for green energy and green hydrogen. As on today, NTPC and the government of Andhra Pradesh entity, GENCO, they are working green hydrogen project in Visakhapatnam. Ultimately, they are going to invest 2 lakh crores on green hydrogen. You can see the scope of future. And also one Greenco has come forward. They are also working green hydrogen at Kakinada. So this is one area where I am working, optimization of energy or fuel. EV vehicles is a reality. Domestic, agriculture, commercial, industry, everything, power that to green energy. We want to set up green corridors for transmission of green energy also. That will work it out there. You have to bring technological reforms, how to go about. Then finally, another thing, product perfection. This is where I am saying in India, we are using products. Our products are not global products. Now all of us has to project and concentrate how to make best products. That is where we are working product perfection and also brand promotion. Ultimately, we are giving special incentives for brands and product perfection. In this regard, we want to promote one family, one entrepreneur. Earlier, I gave a slogan, one family, one IT professional. Today, I am giving a slogan, one family, one IT, one entrepreneur. It is possible. This is where we are nurturing in a big way. And finally, with all these things I want to achieve, deep tech in all walks of life. Then nobody can stop us if we adopt everything here. This is where I am saying deep tech, cloud data is available on cloud, artificial intelligence is matured, real-time data will collect real-time, sometimes traditional way. Even I remember very well, in Gandipeta, that is 84, 85, my party headquarters, at that time my founder President N.T. Ramarao was there. We used to work from there. Computers, big room, standalone systems, not integrated, all these things. Computer won't work without power. So compulsorily with not power, with AC. We created AC room for that. But my father-in-law, the then chief minister, didn't have AC. But computer had AC at that time. Today you are seeing total transformation. You can imagine not only now, from 1984, I am working with technology, how to transform, how to use in party, not only government, in party affairs also we have used. So this is where I am creating now Ratan Tata Innovation Hub. I want to give inspiration. During his lifetime, he created a big empire. At least during our lifetime, 1/10 of that you can achieve. You can aim it. It is possible. But today, environment, I'm telling you, technology has become a big handy for everybody. Earlier, people used to talk about digital literacy and also so many approaches. Now, all these things are available. In this conference, what I wanted to propose, every 3 months once, we will talk about, we will have one exhibition on deep technology. Andhra Pradesh will give you all the information on sandbox. You can go through. Imagination sky is the limit. You come with use cases. We are prepared to implement with total spirit. It is cost effective, it is useful, and also it will be advantage for the society. I am assuring you, we will implement in total. Finally, we will give you proof of concept. Then you can scale it up nationally, internationally. That is your leadership quality. That is how I want to promote this technology in a competitive world. For this, all academicians, universities has to join. IT professionals has to join in this experiment. And also companies has to join. One is commercial enterprises you have to promote, and also social enterprising also you have to promote in a big way. That is where it will be beneficial, it will be sustainable. So I am very happy. I started this exercise. I am a student today. I am listening everything from you. One day I am spending only to listen from you, what all you say, then which are all relevant for my government, for the common man, betterment of their life standards. I am prepared to implement immediately. That is the purpose I am spending. I am earmarking complete day to listen from you. You also come back how to create that ecosystem. If you see today, Hyderabad ecosystem is very, very powerful. Starting with IT, going further with BT, again pharma, again finance, insurance regulatory authority, headquarters was in Delhi. I was able to shift from Delhi to Hyderabad. Only one reason. Nobody was willing there in Delhi to give land for campus. I am prepared to give land. I offered. At that time, the chairman from Tamil Nadu, he was also willing, Rangachari. Then immediately it has come to Hyderabad. Now that is the financial district. At that time, one example I am telling you, Pharma Export Council. They wanted to get 5 crores as money to run their operations. They went to Maharashtra government because at that time pharma means Maharashtra. They refused, they didn't bother. They asked me on meeting like this. Immediately I said, I am giving 5 crores, you come and set up your export council. That is how pharma has become very, very big in Andhra Pradesh. ISP, that is another story. Others had put so many conditions. I told them, no condition, you come and set up. Today, ISB has come to Hyderabad. This is where we are building. Now I want to tell you very clearly, Andhra Pradesh, every part of Andhra Pradesh, I want to make it a innovation hub. Every family, I want to promote one entrepreneur. That is my dream. I am confident I will do it. Either micro or small or medium or big enterprise. It is all leadership qualities. So this is the beginning. I am very happy you are all here. I am here to extend all the cooperation for you. It is for win-win situation. I really appreciate our Takkar. He worked with me as collector, then chief secretary, then GFST. This is also, if you see, Global Forum for Sustainable Transformation. It is not a big organization. It is only a non-profit think tank body. We don't have any big resources at the time. I was the founder. Earlier, I was also in the committee. After I became Chief Minister, I said I resigned. Now it is only I was founder. Always we used to promote this type of institutions. Even Nandi Foundation was my brainchild. Now it is one of the best NGO in the country. This type of organizations we have to promote, nurture, take to the next level. It will be useful for the society. They are doing very good work. Knowledge is available on cloud everywhere. Technology is available. How to Uberize all these things for social entrepreneurs or corporate entrepreneurs. That is the idea of this organization. Thereby, how to help governments also best practices. Even Niti Aayog is working. Some more NGOs are working. Some NGOs are working with materialistic serving, financial support. Some NGOs are working with ideas. This is mainly how to bring new ideas for overall betterment of the society. I am very happy. First meeting, recently Hyderabad also they had a meeting. Same subject on deep technology. This is the second meeting. Now they will be the pioneers in India to promote deep tech. I am proud of them. I really appreciate Takkar and his team. I wish all the best for them also. With this, today so many subjects we are having. We will interact all subjects. Finally, what all I am promising you, what all I learned, I will implement in my government very sincerely. With this, I am thanking all of you. Thank you, Ananta.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Minister, sir. Taking us to down the memory lane, how your technology vision started way back, and now you have set the futuristic vision to make Andhra Pradesh a deep tech innovation hub, and also the grand vision for inclusive of socio-economic development, providing technologies to the upliftment of the society, and also all the newer technologies like green energy. Thank you very much. For the record, I think our Honorable Chief Minister is the only Chief Minister in the country who would like to sit throughout the conference, not just limiting it to inaugural session. I think this is the commitment that we have. Thank you very much, sir. And I think all the challenges that he has thrown, all the support that he wants to give for the innovation in the deep tech, I think all the stakeholders here in the auditorium will take it up and then commit themselves, participate in this. With these words, before I conclude the inaugural session, I have a small event to release 2 books prepared by the research team of GFST. One is a coffee table book, Forging the Blueprint for Swarnandhra and Transforming India to Vikashit Bharat. The second one is AI for everyone, artificial intelligence for everyone, which demystifies the technology and make it very understandable for the common man as well. So I request Honorable Chief Minister to release these books in the presence of Chief Secretary and our directors. I request Sanjay sir, our CEO, and the authors of these books, Sriram Iyer and Sridhar Sheshadri, also to join on the dais while the books are being inaugurated. Sridhar Sheshadri is a global serial entrepreneur who co-founded Deep Tech and Cyber Security, an alumnus of Bristol Army and UC Austin. And Sriram Iyer co-founded AI startups with successful exits. He was formerly country head at Ernst & Young for startup business. So in record time, our GFST team did the research and then provided this book. These books will be available on GFST website. Please visit and download and go through the statistics and the data and the insights that it provides. Now the second book, AI for Everyone. Thank you very much, sir. Now the inaugural session comes to an end. I request Honorable Chief Minister, sir, to remain on the dais. Other dignitaries will be seated in the audience. We will move on to the next presentations. There are some minor changes in the program for the logistic purposes. Now I would like to invite Dr. Rakesh Kalpala from AIG Hospitals. AIG Hospitals is collaborating with government and institutions like ISB to redefine healthcare innovation with AI. To talk more about this, I invite Dr. Rajesh Kalpala from AIG Hospitals. Subsequent to his presentation, he will be joined by Dr. Pratik Sharma from American Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Honorable Chief Minister Garu, Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, and all the dignitaries off the stage, of course, no, but on the stage as well. So without wasting time, what I will do in the next 15 minutes is I would call upon, it's an honor and privilege for me to call upon Dr. Pratik Sharma. He is the President of American Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy and also the Chair of Artificial Intelligence in US. So he will be delivering a talk on AI in healthcare. Subsequently, we'll just showcase what we are and what we are going to do and envisage with the government of Andhra Pradesh and other stakeholders. So I would invite Dr. Pratik Sharma onto the stage to deliver his talk, followed by a 5-minute presentation by me on what we are doing. Pratik, over to you, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much, and if I can just have my slides on the screen. So, good morning, everyone, and again, Honorable Chief Minister and Mr. Tucker and GFST, thank you for the invitation. So, what I'll just is briefly give an overview of how AI is impacting healthcare and how it will be shaping the future of how we deliver healthcare in this country. So when we look at three areas where AI will make an impact, it's to improve the efficiency of us as doctors. How can we provide more precision care to our patients? And then from a hospital perspective, how can we scale it up so that this is not just in small clinics, small hospitals, but virtually throughout the country. So that is the concept. So let's just look at it one step at a time and talk about how this can impact us or show it in this. The first is to look that this is not just all of us talking about this. This is the same concept and similar conclaves being held in the US. You can see the amount of investment of AI in healthcare in the US. By 2030, it's projected that close to $200 billion will be invested in the field of AI in healthcare. If you look at the same concept in India, the same projections are holding true, which means that this is supposed to increase at a rate of close to 50% over the next decade or so. So the concept globally, it's not just in the US or in India, is how we can improve and have this function of AI in healthcare moving it forward. So if we look at some of these different areas, 6% global AI adoption rate in healthcare. So the number is still very small. This needs to increase as we move forward. In the US, it's twice the global average. So about 1 in 20 hospitals has started incorporating AI in their day-to-day practices. And of course, when you look at the amount of investment in healthcare, 85% of the different entrepreneurs, as we heard from the Honorable Chief Minister, are planning on doing some sort of investment of AI in healthcare. So it is a huge field which is ready for it. So let me leave you with a few use cases for all the entrepreneurs which are in the room of what we are looking at. The four major areas where I've broken this down into is improved diagnostics, workflow optimization, providing personalized treatment to our patients, and fourth, which I think is the most important, is remote patient monitoring and preventative care and how we can do it in this way. So let's look at some of these concepts about improved diagnostics, whether it is for skin conditions, CTs, MRIs which are being used, mammography, or for colon cancer detection, AI or computer vision is being utilized. I'll just share this video of how AI for breast cancer detection, early detection with mammography can be done. Physicians are there, doctors are looking at x-rays and mammograms, but for a huge population, you can miss it. So how can that be automated in a way that the machine gives you the calcification score on a mammogram, and it can look at millions of scans and alert the radiologist to the most important areas, so that that's the place where this can happen. I was talking to the Principal Secretary about similar cervical cancer screening, oral cancer screening that the government of Andhra has undertaken right now to do it. For workflow optimization, whether it's scheduling of patients, whether it is AI-assisted documentation of the notes, because most of the doctor's handwriting nobody can understand, so it's important that it's very legible and clear. For surveillance prediction, as well as administration and compliance, I think AI and automation can easily be done, and this is important and is available. These chatbots can be there. As doctors in India, everybody gets these phone calls. Why can't we automate this process in which anybody from rural Andhra can get on their smartphone and fix an appointment with the specialist that they want? Here I'm talking about the social security number in the US, but it can be the Aadhaar card number, so that you know that you're talking about the right patient for the right diagnosis with the right doctor who is there, and saying that this is the appointment which is available, are you willing to take that, so that the patient does not have to be on the phone for half an hour with some scheduling who does not know as to what the next step in this is. Personalized treatments. This is a company in the US in which they have their own signature, genetic signature, for all the cancers which are listed there. And based on that genetic signature, it can predict which patient will respond to which type of therapy, with degree of accuracy. So this is the personalized care that we can provide, rather than doing the same chemotherapy for every patient with cervical cancer. It should be individualized, because all of us are very different in our genetic makeup, and this is available right now. Finally, I think what is critical is this type of AI-driven remote care. So the doctor does not have to be there in front of the patient all the time. With smartphones, with iPads, computers, this can happen remotely. The patient's weight can be checked, the blood pressure can be checked by instructions which are given by the computer to the patient remotely from thousands of kilometers away. And the diagnosis can be made remotely, so that you're saving time for the patient who cannot travel hundreds of kilometers in a bus and does not have access to specialists in very remote areas. So this can be done very remotely and is available right now for us to be able to implement in all of these areas. So AI-driven remote healthcare is also available. Finally, all of us have all these technologies which are wearable technologies. There are small sensors which you can wear, and the amount of sweat going into that sensor can predict whether you are due for a flare of your inflammatory bowel disease, or whether your blood glucose is going to be higher in the next 6 hours or not. So we have this whole IoTs which are available, which should be linked with healthcare right now. And of course, this will have a major impact on efficiency and cost savings. It will generate more revenue, just as we heard, rather than cost more in the short run, but it will be revenue growth. And finally, we have to keep the patient at the center of all of this. This is not about us as doctors or about you as entrepreneurs. This is all about providing for the patient who is at the center of this. Having said this, as compared to agriculture, energy, etc., this is a very sensitive issue. AI can hallucinate. AI may not be accurate, but we are dealing with lives of patients, so this has to be tested, retested, validated before we release this as compared to the other sectors of the government. So we have to be absolutely sure that the AI technology is working for our patient before we implement it as compared to the other areas which are there. The other area where I think the government of Andhra Pradesh can work together with the other healthcare sectors is by regulation. In the US, there is zero regulation on AI and healthcare. We don't have a policy at all, and we are lost. Europe is ahead of us. And you can see where India stands in this, but it's all state-driven. And I think if we have good regulation and policy in Andhra, I think it will help just promote all of this and take it to the next level. So here's what we heard again all day today, is building this AI ecosystem which is there. And I'm delighted that Dr. Rakesh, AIG, and others are working on this consortium, because this is the way forward for all of us to take AI into the next level. To summarize, AI, we know in healthcare is the future. We should embrace it. Let's not fight it, let's embrace it. It's not without challenges, specifically things like data security for healthcare. Patient privacy is a big issue. So we want to make sure that when all stakeholders align, we can conquer it very easily. And the healthcare, the future is extremely bright and promising, provided we channel it in the right way. So again, on behalf of all of you, thank you very much for having me. And again, my pleasure to be here with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pratik. I think that's the background what he has given, the global perspective of AI in healthcare. Can I just have the slides? So on this note, what with the guidance and the thought process from Honorable CM, we started this foundation called AIM. It stands for Alliance for Artificial Intelligence and MedTech, and we have got 4 stakeholders in this currently working on the AIG hospitals from Hyderabad and ISB Hyderabad, then we have IIIT Hyderabad and the AMTZ from Visakhapatnam. The main aim of this is to have a platform where anybody can come and pitch in, where we have the technology enabling from these IITs and IIMs and IIITs. And then the business thought process will come from the ISB, and we as validators for the clinical knowledge, and then we have the volume. So we will be doing the validation of the ideas and thought process in terms of technology. And with the very own MTZ here in Visakhapatnam, we'll go with the idea, and then we come out with a product. That's a thought process. And on this note, in fact, the government of Andhra Pradesh, I've seen pan-India, most of the EMR and EHR data, and I think the best state as of now in terms of data capture is government of Andhra Pradesh. We have to give a big round of applause to all the bureaucrats, officers, and the government of Andhra Pradesh. And on that note, we started working on this, and with this consortium being formed, the first thing what we have done is we started a mother and child healthcare app to be developed after understanding the ecosystem. So can I have that slide? What's happening is we have the robust ecosystem, but there is some missing link in between the ANMs, ASHAs, and the command control. So on that note, we just started working on an app called Janani Mitra app. It's a purely app based for mothers. It's not for any of the other ANM or ASHAs. And what we have done is we have gone to a mandal called Kuder in Anantapur district, and then we rolled out this app. And can I just have the slides of that so that we just show in brief in 2 minutes without wasting much time what is being done. Okay, so I think they are playing the slides after my talk anyway, no problem. So that is what the flywheel what we have invented, and these are the initiatives what government of Andhra Pradesh already have on robust maternal and postpartum healthcare and so on and so forth captured. And the only challenges is, as I told you, the missing link between the mother as the end user versus the other paraphernalia. So on this note, the app, what we have done, can you just show? So this is the app called the Janani Mitra app, which is a smart companion to the mother, where you have some SOS alerts also. The beauty of this app is that it's got a food scanner. Can you just show that, the next slide? So where the mother will scan the food and then understand how many calories she's consuming. In fact, on this I'll tell you, there's one person in this audience who knows better about nutrition and technology than any one of us. It's none other than Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. I, being his personal physician, I know he has his own data, entire data monitored by a team, and it's robustly captured, where he has got a sleep score, nutrition data, everything in one. And every minute it is captured and it is analyzed about the metabolic score. So on that note, this is the app, and I'll just give you a brief of what we have done. I'll ask my CTO Kinjal Saxena to just run the video and show you in 1 minute how this app is going to do a paradigm shift for mother care. In the state of Andhra Pradesh. Kinjal?
Can you just show them the app?
Thank you, Dr. Rakesh. Honorable Minister, all the respected delegates. What we are trying to do is, we are trying to leverage technology, artificial intelligence to simplify the life of mothers. What we have done is, this app will help all the mothers in all the trimesters through the entire journey of their pregnancy, whether it is health monitoring, medication monitoring, investigation, diagnostics, connecting them to ASHAs and ANMs, as well as the diet care and other government access benefits and tracking them. So what do we do here is this is the food scanner. As you can see, they can just take the picture of the thali and it will give them the calorie counts. It will also tell them if they are taking the picture of a thali which is not adequate for them, it will actually monitor and tell them that this is high risk, they should eat more, they should eat better nutrition. So this is artificial intelligence embedded in the app itself. The most important part is, this is not a mobile app that you need to download from Google Store or App Store, because in the villages there is not enough network. So what we have done is, we have created a very simple progressive web app that they can simply open with the click of a button. So they don't need to do, and this actually works. So what you're seeing is something happening in the villages and with a much better speed compared to any other mobile app. What we are next seeing is next level of AI technology, where just by taking the picture of their eye, their tongue and their nails, an early detection of anemia can be identified, and whenever an anemic mother is identified, an alert will go to the respective ASHA and ANMs. The next, another challenge is, the other challenge is actually tracking whether the services have been provided to the mothers or not. And this is where the tracking, taking pictures and geo-tracking comes in. When the ASHA meets the mother, ASHA goes to the mother actually goes to an ultrasound facility. All of this can be tracked with the data, and it can all be provided.
Thank you, Kinshal. That's in brief about. We are going to roll it to the entire state of Andhra Pradesh soon with this Udair as the start point. And I would like to thank GFST Takkar Garu and Honorable CM Garu and all the dignitaries for giving this the opportunity. And we are happy to work with this as a consortium in the future. And then whatever best we can do in enabling technology, we will do. And then I again thank all of you for giving us the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pratik and Dr. Rajesh. AIG will be executing an MOU in the afternoon during the health tech session. Now it is my pleasure to invite Chintalapati Srinivasa Raju Garu, who is popularly known as Srini Raju, a serial entrepreneur and a private equity investor, to give his address. Can I request Srini Raju Garu if he is in the auditorium? Okay. Then we will move on to the main panel discussions. The first session is on deep tech, which is positioning Andhra Pradesh as a global leader in innovation and disruption. Before the session begins, we have kept a keynote address by Mr. Rajesh Dudu, who is partner, Emerging Tech, PwC. Rajesh Dudu is a seasoned professional with over 25 years of experience in telecom, banking and cyber security. He is an expert of blockchain and cyber security practices at PwC as partner. He was also driving innovation and digital transformation at TechM as top management leader. He is a global name in the deep tech and has great reputation in deep tech world. So what GFST requested Mr. Rajesh to speak on, the Chief Minister's favorite theme, one family, one entrepreneur, a vision for 2030. So I will not get into the bullet points. I give Rajesh to deliver his keynote address.
Respected and Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable dignitaries, colleagues from the industry and students, Sabaku Namaskaram. I must confess that after the address by Honorable Chief Minister, one gets a little flustered because we just witnessed one of the best masterclass in technology. After that masterclass in technology, it becomes a little difficult to assemble our thoughts. So I'll try to do my best. It's actually an absolute honor and privilege for me to speak against the team or with respect to the team, which is one family and one entrepreneur. Vision 2030. We have heard from Honorable Chief Minister how the global technology companies have benefited from Andhra engineers. With the launch of this program, I am sure that there will not only be Andhra tech engineers in Bay Area, but there will be a lot of unicorns and sunicorns in Andhra Pradesh, and it is bound to happen. This particular program looks at about outlay of 30 lakh crore investment and looking at an FDI of about USD $10 billion. I wanted to say two things. One, with this program, we will see that there won't be a difference between a Bay Area entrepreneur and an entrepreneur from this region. We are already seeing in India, when you come across an Indian entrepreneur, especially the tech entrepreneur, and you talk to a Bay Area entrepreneur, there is no difference in capability. Of course, many of them are Telugus, so that will also contribute to the familiarity and similarity. But going forward, with the advent of this program, I think many such entrepreneurs will come from this particular region. And from a PwC perspective, we are willing to contribute. Sir had said that most of the programs are pro bono. So from PwC, we are willing to contribute because we are people who care. And for me, the contribution comes from a son-in-law of the soil attitude because my in-laws are from this particular region. So it's only important that I stay invested here. A lot of people have asked in terms of what deep tech does. Deep tech actually comes into a play when you're looking at solving some deep problems that are entrenched in the society today. I'm going to pick up 3 such particular problems and explain to you how deep tech contributes. The first one, in the area of healthcare, it's only opportunistic that I pick up the healthcare one after the session by the prominent doctors from AIG. Today in healthcare, you can use light to diagnose a number of diseases. For instance, for a long time, diabetics have suffered through invasive treatment. That means they have to put syringes and diagnose in terms of what is the magnitude of sugar that they carry in their bloodstream. But today, using photoluminescence, you are able to diagnose the level of diabetes that is there. That is deep tech. And in this country, we have seen a lot of things happening in the financial services space. But there are 2 things which again remain unaddressed. The first one is in the area of direct benefit transfer, DBT, where we know by virtue of DBT, the money is going into the farmer's account directly. But it is only 80% of the problem that has been addressed. What is the 20% of the problem? How do you ensure that those farmers do not misutilize the benefits for spends other than farm equipment, for anything other than farm improvement? So there comes a deep tech concept using blockchain, which is called a central bank digital currency. And using central bank digital currency, you can bring in programmability of rupee. The rupee will be programmed in such a sense that if it goes to a grocery shop, it will be auto-declined. If it goes to a liquor shop, it will be auto-declined, and it will be accepted only in the areas which are contributing to that particular farmer's benefit with regards to his or her farm. The second one,
Interestingly, it is called as deep tier discounting. Many of us know in the trade finance area, the suppliers take their invoices and get them discounted with the banks. So let me give you an example. Here is an example of a computer supplier. The computer supplier has supplied equipment to an enterprise, and the supplier is getting the invoice discounted. Now, that particular computer supplier is taking parts, for example, mouse from a SMB supplier, from a small and medium enterprise customer. Now, that particular person, unfortunately, do not have access to the trade finance discount. That is going to change by bringing in what we call as deep tier discounting, again using the transformative potential of blockchain, where the entire chain of suppliers are going to come on the network along with the banker. So the person in the downstream at the last mile who has supplied the mouse will also get his invoice discounted. What is it going to do? That particular person who is has henceforth been utilizing finance at 18% interest rate now will get an access to a 9% interest rate from the banks. So this is how the deep tech is going to contribute. And these are not only in the areas of finance and healthcare, as Honorable Chief Minister had said. It is there in supply chain, it is there in InsurTech, it is there in GovTech, RegTech, AgTech. Any technology that you take, there's an opportunity for improvement. I had a good fortune of working with NEOM, the people who are building the futuristic society in Saudi Arabia. When I was working with them, I was introduced to another concept called cognitive technology. Today, we are talking about WhatsApp governance. We are talking about services being available in an app perspective. But everything has to be initiated by us. So here comes cognitive technology, which sits at the interface of application without your express consent. Once you define the algorithm and the logic, it is going to do work like Aladdin Genie, that everybody has access to an Aladdin Genie in their application. And to realize the grand vision of Viksit Bharat, it is quite essential that the vision of Swarna Andhra Pradesh has to be realized. And it is essential that we use all these technologies. Is there any other method of doing it? No, there is no other method of doing it. So we have to use this. If these opportunities does not resonate with you, there's one more area where the entrepreneurs can invest, and that is in the area of cybersecurity. I was reading an interesting article. It said while X number of people are trying to learn how to use ChatGPT, 3X are learning how to trick it. So there are more people who are trying to trick the technology. That's where cybersecurity comes to the fore. Sir, we have been the beneficiaries of government to citizen services, but there's an interesting personal experience that I would like to share. I got married in 2002. Post the marriage, I started getting to-do lists from my wife. I thought the to-do lists were only in the office, but my wife started giving me the to-do lists. What were the to-do lists? Pay electricity bill, pay utility bill, pay that bill and this bill. I used to hate that because the lines were huge until I got introduced to e-Seva. Once I got introduced to e-Seva, which was implemented under your grand vision, my to-do list became very, very short, and I used to go and ask my wife, give me more activities to do. So while it has contributed to the government to citizen governance, in my case, sir, it has contributed to marital bliss. And since it has contributed to the marital bliss, it's only important that I stay invested with all your initiatives, so my marital bliss will continue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rajesh. Now we move on to the Deep Tech panel discussion. Before I invite the panelists, I have a couple of announcements. One, realizing the time constraints, I request the moderators and speakers, panelists to cut down their time as per the available this thing, not sticking to the original schedule. Second thing is for the audience, you also have to sacrifice a couple of things. We have taken out your tea break and lunch break also will be reduced because we have invited so many experts from across the country and they have a lot to share. So you have to bear with that. Before I invite the speakers, we have a very short film on deep tech session. Can we have the film, please?
Reality, paving. Deep tech isn't just shaping the future, it's redefining what's possible. In Andhra Pradesh, this vision is becoming a reality, paving the way for a tech-driven tomorrow. Success speaks for itself. In Andhra Pradesh, IoT-enabled smart farms have increased yields by 15% while cutting water usage by 18%. Mobile health clinics powered by AI diagnostics have reduced patient travel times by 20%, delivering care to over 100,000 underserved citizens. And MSME digital transformation programs have boosted revenues by 40% for participating businesses. With a bold vision to become India's deep tech capital by 2047, Andhra Pradesh is harnessing AI, IoT, and blockchain to transform industries and bridge gaps. By 2030, the state aims to create one entrepreneur per family and empower MSMEs with blockchain-enabled loans and AI tools, driving 2 million new jobs. Guided by the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, the deep tech initiatives focus on sustainability, equity, and resilience. From predictive analytics reducing disease outbreaks to AI-driven compliance tools simplifying MSME operations, Andhra Pradesh is setting benchmarks for innovation. This is more than innovation, it's transformation. Join Andhra Pradesh in leading the deep tech revolution. Together, let's build Swarna Andhra and realize the dream of Viksit Bharat 2047.
Let me invite the panelists. Mr. Rajiv Gupta, President, PB FinTech, known as Policy Bazaar. Give a big round of applause to the panelists as I invite them. Mr. Bala Prasad Peddigari, Chief Innovation Officer, Tata Consultancy Services. Mr. Varun Uniyal, Senior Solution Architect, Strategic Government, NVIDIA. Mr. Abhinav Gupta, Associate Vice President, Innovation, Broridge, India. And finally, I invite the moderator for this session, Mr. Sridhar Sheshadri. I am not introducing their profiles. They are very popular. You can just Google or LinkedIn. Their details are available. Over to Sridhar.
Excuse us for 2 minutes. There's a little change in format. We actually wanted to have Sivan Garu on the panel because then that's where a lot of ideas are shared. Probably we'll keep the Q&A at the end of it with Sivan Garu, but we'll go ahead with the panel discussion. I'll join the panel now. Sure. So there's already a lot of discussion about deep tech. And with my background in artificial intelligence, machine learning, I got my exposure at Facebook when Facebook was setting up their first office in Hyderabad. I was the first hire for the platform team. And I got to work with some of the Stanford grads who came down for Rohan Murthy's wedding. They were his batchmate. And they introduced me to machine learning. And I realized the kind of impact it can have and the problems we started to solve at Facebook with that. And with now, I'm talking about 2010. And now we look back in these 14-year span, things
things have changed phenomenally. I mean, now we talk about machine learning, AI. The biggest change that has come, and it has normalized now because of the compute. The compute was not available earlier. The kind of possibilities with the ecosystem that has opened up, that's huge. It's just because of the visionary leadership that we had in United Andhra earlier, and the kind of possibilities were created that Facebook kind of company actually chose Hyderabad over any other city. So now getting started with the discussion, I know everyone has described deep tech in a certain way, just to make it a little easy for everyone's understanding. Generally, deep tech is anything which is connected to a little detailed, deeper research. It's not only AI and ML as our visionary leader talked about it. There is quantum computing that you're going to hear. There is more to do with cybersecurity that you're going to hear about. There is dimension of IoT. So while you do deeper research into anything and solve real problems, that is actually deep tech. And that's where now AI, ML is going to thrive. And that's one of the most demand technology. So starting with you, Mr. Rajiv, I know that if I have to draw a parallel from the days when people have to go into the queues, buy insurance policy, and worry about whether the agent is recommending something right or not, the days when internet was coming, to today, it's a kind of similar scenario when a disruption was done by Policy Bazaar and the aggregation system was brought online. And today, now we have a similar scenario where there is AI coming out. As a leader in that space of disruption of technology, what are your thoughts on deep tech?
Thank you, Sridhar. Honorables, Chief Minister, Honorable Ministers and friends from the industry and, guests from Andhra Pradesh and the other states. I represent PB Fintech Limited that runs Policy Bazaar and Paisa Bazaar. And you are absolutely right, Sridhar. When I bought my first policy way back in 1990, when I started my career as a 21-year-old, an agent came and sold a policy to me, and I bought that policy thinking that I'll save some tax. I had no idea why we buy insurance. And I got that policy after 3 months, And the way insurance has been defined today in the country, Policy Bazaar started in 2008 with a simple comparison of different insurance plans available in the country for people to check before they decide to buy a policy, and that was done through technology. So we run a digital platform for selling insurance policies. From there to 2024, as we speak, we write about 16 to 18,000 crores of premium every year, and we spend about 400 crores on visibility on TV ads for people to know why they should buy insurance. Because nobody gets up early in the morning deciding to go and buy an insurance. We have to go and actually tell people why they should buy insurance. Now, having spoken about this, let me give you a background. I'll cover 3 challenges which this country has. Maybe I'm diverging a little bit. One biggest challenge which I see as an organization is how do we promote financial literacy in this country across nook and corner of every village and taluka. I think that's the biggest challenge we have. While Jan Dhan Yojana has certainly helped people to have bank accounts, but even today people struggle understanding how and where they should borrow the loan from, what is the requirement of a health insurance, why is insurance important. So a lot of financial literacy areas will have to be addressed, and that can only be done through deep tech and AI and technology. I can tell you one small example, paucity of time here, but we have set up, human representatives in about 98% of India's PIN codes who use technology platforms like what we provide to deliver knowledge in the local lingual. So where people sit in the talukas and villages, advising and teaching people on how you should, take a loan or how you should take an insurance. Second biggest challenge, while the Honorable Chief Minister spoke about India's population, we are very proud to have a young population today, right? But 10 to 12% of our population today are senior citizens. 2047, when we are all dreaming to have insurance for all, this number will spike to 30% or 35%. Now imagine 60% of this senior citizens do not have any support, income support system. In spite of the joint family system we are all proud of. There is no health insurance and there is no support system. So today's 40-year-olds are tomorrow's 60-year-olds. Now, this is the real missing middle. In my opinion, it is important to use technology to reach to every taluka and village and promote people to buy a health insurance plan or a pension plan for themselves that will protect them for the future, number one. Number two, I think we spoke about skilled manpower in this country. Now, if the country has to grow, I think rightly said, the skilled manpower is going to come from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Today, the biggest challenge is on one side, there is a loud noise about unemployment. On the other side, the industry is crying for skilled manpower. Whether it is hospitalization, whether it is insurance, whether it is banking, everywhere there is a need for skilled manpower. And most people who pass out from tier 2 colleges do not have a job right from the day they pass out. So I believe that the government, private, and educational institutions will have to work together using technology to create co-curriculum modules in these colleges in addition to their curriculum, so that when they pass out, 80% to 90% of them become employable. I think that is how we'll be able to create skilled manpower for the kind of growth we are looking at. So if 2047 means insurance for all, 2047 means pension for all, 2047 means a 30 trillion economy, and if the state of Andhra Pradesh has taken the lead way back in '84 to talk about technology, I think this is the place where we can begin to ensure that every taluka and village are adequately covered and protected in this country.
Great. So if I were to summarize, you're saying deep tech has to play a big role. AI will help build that kind of ecosystem where we can actually have more skilled resources and people actually contributing to all of the ecosystem. Great.
So I'll tell you, I'll take a hint from CM. He wanted one entrepreneur, one family. There is room for at least 10 policy bazaars and 10 health insurance companies who become unicorns in this country. Okay, that's the kind of scope which we have. If somebody can think about healthcare, this is the place to get in. We at PB FinTech are also setting up 1,000 hospitals over the next 10 years. And this is in tier 2, tier 3 cities. The whole idea is we need good healthcare system in this country. So I think clearly there is an opportunity for all of you, and elderly care is the next big business one should think of. 70 crore agar aged population hoga, there will be a requirement for elderly healthcare as well. So tremendous opportunities for the people who want to become entrepreneurs from the state. Please look at all these ideas and come forward. Companies like us are most willing to help, handhold, and also look at similar ideas to support them in future.
Great. So moving on to you, Bala Garu. So I know how TCS has changed the whole IT paradigm. Like if you look at the last era of technology, that boom happened, the transformation that we are seeing in the country, and what actually I believe started extensively in Andhra Pradesh earlier. Taking cue from that and what we have just now discussed, there is another dimension. We know TCS in a certain way. Being Chief Innovation Officer, what's the dimension of entrepreneurship? What's the dimension on skilling the startups? And what would be the role of deep tech while we think about creating an ecosystem for startups? Because there is a conventional way people think about services company, which is transforming. And as an innovation officer, you have a perspective on it. We would love to hear that.
Love the question. First of all, I just want everyone to give a very standing ovation to the GFST team, please. This team has done some tremendous work. I believe we should all acknowledge that. Led by Tucker Garu, supported by the Sanjay Gupta and others. Thank you. And thanks, Sridhar, for inviting me for this, and it's definitely a pleasure. So first of all, within TCS, if you're trying to look at, we have a concept of innovation, which is spearheaded by our CTO. And our intent is to incubate innovation as part of the DNA of every individual within TCS. Being a part, I just want to draw the attention what we try to do and what other companies are also trying to replicate that. The first thing is mentorships. The intent about mentorship is how you try to build that kind of excellence of knowledge and impart that knowledge to the entire ecosystem. And bringing that experience to the ecosystem can play a vital role for the startups, and startups getting that knowledge from the companies which is surviving from decades can bring that excellence and a dimension to look beyond what their product is. And today we also try to incubate 30 to 40 startups every year as part of Coin ecosystem to ensure that we give them the opportunity to validate their solutions with our customers. The second important area where I strongly believe is it's setting up the incubation hubs. I heard CM Garu mentioned about setting up the Ratan Tata Innovation Hub. I'm really privileged to hear that, sir. And we all the way from TCS will be able to support that in that entire journey. But these innovation hubs, when they are all linked to the district level innovation hubs, can play an important role. But that incubations need to be linked with the IT services play also. Because the industry mentorship and industry direction to this, each of the incubation hub can play a vital role. Not only giving the business problem statements, but also ensuring that they're getting right level of coaching and mental mind map, which can allow them to build the products which are at a global scale. Today, we do not have a global products. That's what mentioned by CM Garu. But we need to really look at how can we build that kind of a global scale of products which can increase our GDP. That's the second important dimension what I want you to drive that collaboration angle. The third important thing which I wanted to mention is bringing that enterprise-grade knowledge to the entire ecosystem can play a vital role. We spoke about IoT, Rajesh was mentioning about the blockchain. These are all the experiences which are there in silos. Getting that collective play is very important, and how you integrate that for the holistic product. Looking at you take about artificial intelligence, IoT, blockchain, quantum computing, they are all in isolation good, but unless they converge together to solve the problem of different industry, medtech or agri-tech, will not really help. So that enterprise-grade knowledge and experience which is coming from the IT services players, which can be incubated as part of that entire journey, can really drive the excellence and also drive collaboration, which can really sustain for longer duration. So the collaboration for impact is it. So as CM mentioned about 4P model, I try to suggest here 4E model also. Public, private, people partnership is very key for the success. But I would say that when you're trying to drive such kind of a scale, it's important you need to look from the empathy, enablement, empowerment, and ecosystem. These 4E dimensions can really play a very important journey, because any product what you try to develop, it should be looked from the consumer angle or the business angle and be empathetic. Enablement is important because the technology need to be available for the people to build up the solutions. Empowerment, so that they can scale the things. Ecosystem, they can truly leverage that availability of the resources to consume the things. Such things when we try to apply, I think sustainable transformation is key, and all IT services will play a very, very critical role in this entire journey to support.
Great. So if I got it right, you're saying the key thing here is mentorship, and definitely there's a big step taken by a lot of academia. I really want to thank all the academia and all the scholars who are here, who have yesterday in our session offered some of those kind of bits and pieces where definitely GFST would love to play a role, collaborate with you, and we would like to do something more in mentorship, entrepreneurship. That's one of the areas. Great. Varun, we'll move next to you. Like from what NVIDIA has been doing on stock markets and the rally, that's a great bit of it that everybody keeps talking about. Congratulations on that. But there is a high impact work that you guys are doing in Indian ecosystem. Coming from NVIDIA, definitely there is a lot of work that you're doing with different states on startups. I would love to know, how can you help our academia as well? There are areas of startup that NVIDIA is supporting. For Andhra Pradesh, how do you intend to support both of these areas, which is academia and startup? Because that is critical for us to have strong research coming out of academia and then being brought into some kind of business, which is an entrepreneurial thing. So we'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Firstly, thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure to be part of this panel and to be able to contribute to this discussion. NVIDIA builds full-stack AI computing solutions, right from the chip level all the way up to the application and everything in between. And we have collaboration vehicles through which academia, researchers, startups, enterprises, governments can access our technology. And we work very closely with them in a collaborative fashion to build solutions that bring value through AI. We help them build their COEs, which are centers of excellence, where AI development can prosper, it can flourish, and these COEs provide easy access to technology, the tools, the resources for AI development. We have research programs where we do collaborative research with leading academic institutions and research institutions and work on some of the most complex problems in AI and deep tech. We also bring our skilling and development initiative through which we call it the Deep Learning Institute, through which we take on the challenge of skilling in the areas of AI and deep learning. And we do this through partnerships with academia and through MOUs with state education departments. And of course, we are supporting the startup ecosystem through the Inception program, and we help them not just with the technology, but also by connecting them through the venture capital network that we have. We also connect these startups with the customers who might benefit from some of these solutions that these startups are working on. Now, if I were to talk about how do we implement this on the field, for example, if I were to do this, or if we were to do this in the state of Andhra Pradesh, how would we go about it? We would start by academic partnership, where we would set up a COE in that institute or university. We will bring in the skilling and development program to scale the students, the researchers, the faculty. Within that AI COE, we can create two groups, one that focuses on research, and this group would have access to our research ecosystem and work collaboratively with us on some of the most complex problems of the state, new problems for which solutions are not there yet, right? The other arm can focus on rolling out mass AI solutions for the citizens, for the state, and develop e-governance services based on more traditional, conventional approaches and approaches that are already well known and well understood. We then create an incubation center within this COE and give rise to startups based on technology that comes out of this AI COE, which has commercial value, right? And these startups we can bring under our Inception umbrella and connect them to our developer ecosystem, our venture capital ecosystem, and customers as well. So this AI COE in itself, the Center of Excellence in itself becomes a microcosm which has everything that is there that is required for AI to succeed, right? And now what I do is we create multiple replicas of this COE, right? Maybe smaller ones, but now I go deeper into the state, deeper into the region, and create these COEs closer to my business hubs, closer to my growth sector belts, right? For example, I can have, while the main COE can be in the capital, I can have a smaller one here in Visakhapatnam that concentrates on use cases and challenges of the shipping industry, of port management, logistics. And then I can have a smaller one closer to the agricultural belt, another one closer to the manufacturing and industrial belt. And this is how we ensure that every industry has access to AI and deep tech, right? And if we can replicate this, then what we've created is an AI state. And if we can replicate this setup through the country, we'll be creating an AI nation, a Viksit Bharat, so as to speak. Thank you.
Great. So I request all the scholars, all the institutions, all the academia who want to contribute back to Andhra Pradesh, and you need that support. I've gone through the program details, what NVIDIA is offering. Definitely, it's a win-win for us if we collaborate. If you want to reach out to him after this session, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, please feel free to reach out to GFST team, and we will enable some of these collaborations. This is the best time where we have the leadership supporting us to build some of the best solutions. The departments, the bureaucrats have a very different energy. When we talk to them, we realize they want to solve for the problems, and we have some of the best MNCs trying to help us create the vibrant ecosystem. I think we have to just take advantage of that. Great. Moving on to your MNC experience at Broadridge. Abhinav, I believe there's so much of talent pool creation and there are challenges of talent that we generally run into. I would love to really hear your thoughts on that. Like, what's the expectation? What are the good processes for talent pool creation? How does deep tech really play a role? How would we hire people for deep tech? Some thoughts on that.
Thank you, Sridhar. There are two aspects of talent. There is definitely shortage of talent. But the first aspect is the tech community, which is diligently building products, right? But the second aspect of deep tech is there have to be people who can sell that product globally. So that talent is the real requirement right now, because we have built institutions, ecosystems which can build the tech side of talent, but product and business side talent is what we are looking for. And especially because sir has already spoke with his policies, right? There is a lot of GCCs in Hyderabad and in the region. But now to build products from here and start owning the P&L is real requirement. Now, if you see a small statistics, right? So US has 75 million freelancers who have that business acumen. But in India, it is around 15 million only for the population like us. So if we are thinking about having one entrepreneur from one family, and there's a spectrum of people we want, and so it would be fantastic if we can have policies, also infrastructure and academic relationship and design of the programs in such a way, we encourage business mindset in everyone so that more and more freelancers can come. Because deep tech, what it does is it reduces the cost of prediction, but also increases personalization. That means there are more niches, permutations and combinations and expertise which is required. So one person can't do it. So if we combine all those things, I think we are up to a solution.
Great. So taking next cue from what just now we heard from Abhinav, Rajiv ji, I would love to understand, because while we talk on policy, I don't want it to become a theory of that we want something to be around work from home, while we get to hear different stories, remote work challenges, we read all that in news as well. While you have such a large workforce and there are certain hybrid models, and with your own experience in industry, would you like to actually talk about what role would work from home will play and how deep tech can actually play a good role? I'm just trying to hear it from you as a veteran of industry, not just like from fintech. What are your thoughts?
So I think COVID brought a lot of disasters, but also taught us a lot of things, right? I mean, work from home has now become an acceptable norm across IT sectors and and technology organizations. Initially, there were a lot of worries around cybersecurity, worries around how this will actually be adapted, and will people take it seriously. But I think our experience during COVID showed that business never stopped, right? Business went on, and during COVID, the need for insurance only increased. So it's a proven model that work from home certainly, is the way forward. If particularly we'll have to reduce infrastructure expenses, I think using technology, if we have to set up offices in every taluka, in this country, or we have to have established presence, I think you can't have physical infrastructure of offices created there, And in more particularly, I think our experience shows that in the rural markets, women play a significant role. I can give you an example of a BFSI company which started lending loans ranging from 10,000 to 50,000, and this was only given in the villages. And the people who were employed by this company were local village women, and they also lent money only to the villages. So now they are, I think, present in 9 or 10 states, and you will be surprised that the NPA of this company, with an asset size of almost 1,800 crores, is 0.05%. Now that means the people who borrow in the village are better paymasters than your, the industrialists. So I think what have they done? They have set up work from home for all these people. So they don't have offices, right? They work from home, and they travel to each village and go and sleep, in that same village in one of the partners' houses. So the borrowers are women, the employees are women, and it is all work from home, and it is working extremely well. I think the way forward is certainly to encourage this concept if each of us will have to, cover every nook and corner of this country.
Amazing. So rather than losing the opportunities to countries like Philippines and Bangladesh for cheaper labor, if we can build that talent pool in tier 2 and tier 3 cities and like some remote parts of our state, we can definitely bring that opportunity internally at a better price and still continue to thrive in tier 1 cities. That's one of the outcomes that we can achieve with that, I believe. Great. Moving on to you, Balagaru. So definitely, as I said, TCS is seen in certain way. You spoke about startups. I would specifically try to understand what's your thought as a Chief Innovation Officer when you think about how would Andhra Pradesh use and maximize on deep technologies, though we have a lot of use cases, but when it comes to operationalizing it, execution, and the kind of discussion we have already had, someone coming from TCS, what's your personal opinion on this particular bit?
Before I say that, before I respond, I just want to understand the pulse of the audience here. How many of you came to this particular event without knowing deep tech, but now you know what is deep tech? Can you raise your hands, please? You don't know about deep tech before coming here, but you know now what is deep tech. Nobody is raising their hands. I see few hands coming in. Great. So I think that itself is a success of the program, what it is. But again, before coming there, what TCS can do, I also want to tell that one family, one entrepreneur is a vision of a leader. But if this vision needs to be really translated onto the ground, one important stakeholder we all need to touch. Do you know who is that stakeholder? Parents. Parents. Parents' mindset is important because their mindset is they want their kids to be settled fast. How many of the parents sitting here really want their son to get into a job first, or daughter to get into a job first, not an entrepreneur? Many of you probably are not raising hands, but that is a mindset. That mindset transformation is important because parents need to particularly realize they need to allow their children to explore and experiment. Unless that kind of a cultural thinking gets shifted in the parents' economy of thinking, we will not be able to make this move a successful move. That's one thing I want to communicate. But coming forward, I just want to get another pulse. What comes to your mind when Andhra Pradesh as a word comes to you? What is your first thing comes to your mind? When Hyderabad comes to your mind, probably IT comes, cyber towers. But what comes to your mind when it is AP? Entrepreneur, now. Chandrababu Naidu garu. I believe some of you might be looking at it, but what comes to my mind is agriculture, ports, and the potentiality of this particular place which can really drive manufacturing. But all when they get tied up, it's a IT which can really play a vital role in this entire sector. Now, how IT services teams or companies can play an important role is they bring that domain excellence into each of this domain for the startups. Provide that kind of an expertise and experience and nurture them to groom that startups to the next level. Bring that traditional experience, domain experience, operational excellence as a kind of a ecosystem play to contribute to the startups or to drive the journey. You take agriculture, we saw about the precision farming techniques. The future of agriculture is something which IT companies can play a role. Future of logistics, IT companies can play a role. Future of manufacturing, how it need to be, factory of the futures. Digital twin adoptions, all these things where we can bring that expertise and help and drive the things. The second area where I believe IT services companies can bring that experience is how do you scale? We heard about innovations, but most of the innovations are the jugaad innovations. But if you really want that innovations to really scale up, it need to be scaled and sustainable innovations. And companies like TCS and other IT companies can play a very important role in that entire journey to how do you scale and sustain. The third important area where we can contribute is about upskilling. CM Garu and others also mentioned, skill is very important element, but bringing that expertise in different sectors to apply skill in that particular sector play an important role. Now, AI in healthcare, we saw from Rakesh and Prateek, Dr. Prateek and Dr. Rakesh mentioned about AI in healthcare, what is happening across the globe. AI in healthcare, AI in agriculture, AI in retail, how these particular skills can be brought in specific to the domain. So that's why you see today one of the initiatives, I feel, that need to be replicated here strongly. Telangana government announced about setting up the skills university for 18 different sectors and ensuring that around 20 to 30,000 people graduating every year. That is the vision they carry. We should replicate some of the best practices here. It's not about engineering degree, it's about how do you apply that knowledge to solve the problem. So that experiential learning plays an important role. That's where, again, the IT companies can bring that grab. Academia and industry collaboration can play a vital role to address that problem to a great length.
Great. Moving on, because there is a little shortage of time, so we'll try to keep it a little shorter now because there are more panels, but this is so much of valuable inputs for everyone. I'm pretty sure there's a takeaway for everyone from this one. So Varun, moving on a little quickly on this one, we know there are three bigger pieces that right now we talk from Andhra Pradesh policy perspective. One is social capital that we talk about, one is human capital that we talk about. I'm putting you on spot by asking, do you think we have potential to be the AI capital or deep tech capital for the world? I'm not talking about India.
Yes, absolutely. We have the skill set. Most developers that we have today, and we have quite a few across the country, all of them are turning into AI developers now because AI is going to be the future. And we have the infrastructure, the resources. We are starting to work on it. There is considerable effort from the government in building computing resources. We have the AI mission that has set out 7 policy pillars that touch everything from building compute to building AI applications to foundation models to startup incubation. And with all of that, and if we all put our efforts in the same direction and commit to it, I don't see any reason why we cannot become the AI leaders of the world.
Lovely. Thanks for that's high motivation for us, for everyone who is here in this room. That's the kind of mission we have on our mind and we should have. Like, why can't Andhra Pradesh be the AI global capital? I mean, if we go out with that mindset, everyone thinks of one problem statement, works on that, brings it back, and not necessarily everything needs to be commercialized. We have to contribute back for the future generations. I mean, that's the key thing. Ultimately, we have to build our nations. It's not only the government and governance. It's us as citizens who have to take that responsibility. And while we have this kind of forum, I request you all to take that first step and do your bit additionally. I mean, that's how we build societies and country, and we really can lead. We have a visionary leader who is doing this for us. We have to just stand with him, behind him, and be the field force to achieve it. Great. Just moving on to the next bit, last question for this panel. Abhinav, I would love to know, we have already heard there's a possibility of being the AI capital. I would love to understand 3 actionable ways as a GCC. What do you think? What are 3 actionable that we can take and we can be really something like in the deep tech space? How do we be something in that particular space? Those 3 actionables.
Got it. So first one is directly towards the policy, because I myself am a product of Sir's vision around Hyderabad tech schools, and then my office is just next to Cyber Towers, right? So taking that along, if we want to become an AI capital, the first thing is a robust policy, because the deep tech investments are happening in finance and retail the most, but there are multiple sectors, like there are blue oceans strategies which can be done in multiple sectors. A robust policy is the first one. Second is a full stack community which can support all the initiatives we are doing, which can integrate vertically and horizontally. That's when the magic starts to happen. And the last one, the third one, is to have bridges to global hotspots. Maybe Paris, London, Palo Alto, right? Wherever, right? And Hong Kong, we can even look east. So once we have those bridges, easy access of telemetry of knowledge from both sides is possible, then that's where we can really become powerhouse and profit centers inside this region. So that's my take on it.
Great. So I would like to thank you all for taking out time from a work day, from your busy schedules, and contributing back to the society. This is like very valuable. All of your insights are very valuable. So thanks a lot from bottom of our heart from GFST. I think we'll just move back and I'll hand it over to Ramprasadji. Thank you.
Thank you, Sridhar. So we all pledge that we want to make future AI capital for quantum growth.
A big round of applause to all the panelists. Now I request Thakkar sir to stay. Sridhar. Thakkar sir to give away mementos to our panelists. Please, sir, on behalf of GFST, please come. And also I request the earlier speakers, Rajesh and Praveen, Pratik Sharma, Rakesh Kalpala. We'll have a photograph. Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Minister.
Productivity to the next.
panelists. Now I have an announcement. We are breaking for lunch because we are running short of time. Organizers felt that we will break for lunch. However, best we thought of giving food for thought. If you are hungry, you may not be able to focus on the discussions. So we'll break for lunch and we will exactly assemble here in 2:10. Thank you very much. CM sir also will adjourn for the lunch and
Thank you.